Hello everybody, Reef Geek here. So I've set my tank up, got my first fish in. I haven't been reefing up until this point for about 6 or 7 years, had a big break. So I wasn't too sure what kind of lights were still the top sellers. Done a bit of research, coming back with the old kind of suspects, the Radians, the AIs, those kind of ones. Then I came across a discussion on a reef forum in America about these Chinese lights, which I've ordered because they were actually a third of the price of the real ones. So yeah, they're a bit of a controversial light because they're a copy basically of the Radians. So they're a Chinese copy. Some people say they're made in the same factory of the Radians and with the same parts. Other people say that's not true. So nobody really seems to know, really, including myself. So I just thought, because they're a third of the price of a real Radian, it's worth a shot. So I ordered a couple for my tank, and it took about 10 days to 2 weeks to come, something like that. And here it is. So it's the A8 LED. There you go. So you can get these from the Chinese websites, the wholesalers. There you go. So as you know, it's got Apple, Android, full spectrum, Cree LEDs. So these ones are the latest version, the A8, and these are based on the Radian Generation 6 Pros. It's basically a copy of those. So I'm just going to open it up, show you guys what they look like, what you get in the pack, and then we will go to an edit where I would have set them up on my tank, and I'll run you through a few settings. So here we go. Let me just take off the protective film on top. There you go, just hold it up there so you can see it a bit better. So as you can see, it's basically a copy of the Gen 6. So that's the lights. So I've ordered 2 of these for my D&D 1200. We got a little cleaning cloth, a little cleaning brush, some bolts, some more bolts, UK plug, obviously me being in the UK, part of the bracket. So yeah, I went for, I think you can get them so they're suspended from the wires, but I wanted the tank mount ones just because I kind of prefer that look. Part of the hole, part of the tank mounts. This is the X mount, very similar, and power pack, and then that's another part of the bracket which you can obviously use to extend it out. And then instructions, very basic instructions, kind of like what, 4 bits there. So you have to download the app, which I will do obviously. And then I've heard the app's not fantastic, but as the lights are growing in popularity, apparently the app is also improving, just because I think probably they're making a bit more money now, so they're probably putting a bit of that money towards creating a better app. So I've heard that's improving, but still not great. So I'll run through a few things with that once they're set up. I don't have a PAR meter, unfortunately, so I won't be able to show any PAR readings. And I also don't have any coral, so I won't be able to show you any coral pop-in colours or anything like that, unfortunately. So it would just be quite basic, showing you what they look like on the tank. There's kind of built-in settings on them, just to kind of give you a gauge of what they look like and what they can do. And then in a few months' time, I will update when I've got a few more corals in my tank and a few more fish, and I can kind of get a better judgment of what they're looking like and how they're growing stuff, more importantly. Yeah, so I will see you after the edit, and we will go to them being mount. Oh yes, sorry, one more thing before we go to the edit. they threw these in for free because I asked for them. These are the shades they can get with them. Just because where my tank is, I sit on the sofa. I don't want to have glare from the lights when I'm sitting on the sofa in the evening, or the couch, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, this is just a shade that you kind of just put together, and that will just kind of stop the glare coming out of the tank. Not fully, I don't think, but it will definitely help from having direct light into my eyes. So yeah, they threw them in for free. I think they're usually about £20 or something, but yeah, because I bought 2 units, they were fine with that. And actually the communication was really good. In the past where I've tried to buy things from China or have bought things from China, sometimes the communication hasn't been great. But yeah, these guys, not sure if I can say who it was. If I can, I'll put it in the comments. Really good, yeah, perfect English. They answered all my questions really quickly, within a couple of hours actually. I had quite a few questions and they answered them really quickly. Even after I'd received them, I asked a couple of questions and they got back to me. So it wasn't kind of like, oh, we've got your money, we don't care anymore. So yeah, highly recommended. I just hope these lights last. You know, even if I get a couple of years out of them, I think that would be enough just to say, you know, they were worth the cost of them. Yeah, so right, I'm going to jump to get it and you'll see them on my tank. So before I was unboxing the new 88 Pros from China, I've set them up. It took quite a lot of setting up. I'll go a bit more into detail about that in a minute, but let's just have a quick look. So, sorry, it's not a true representation of the colour. Oh, actually, it's not too bad. So this is, on the app, it's set as colour, which is kind of a bit whiter than the AB plus setting. I quite like this. I find the other one too blue. Obviously I haven't got any coral, so I can't show you any coral colours. Here's the lights themselves. So I've set up this one correctly. Actually, this was the first one I did. I set up the second one and realised I'd made a few problems with the first one. So as you can see, they've also only sent me one shade, so I can only make half a shade on each one, so they're sending me another one. So that will just clip on all the way around. Not too sure if I like this kind of design. This had a little fish motive, but it was so fragile that snapped as I was trying to put the thing together. So it's just held on by little magnets here, there. I did make a full set because I had enough magnets to make the thing, but it just fell off really easily, like the slightest touch, and the whole blind would just fall down into the water. So I've asked if they can send the additional ones, which they were supposed to, and some additional magnets just to have a bit more force. Yeah, I mean, it's nice with the motives, but then, you know, you kind of still get the light coming through. But I might get some different ones in the future. So yeah, with this one, the second one that I installed, you can see it's quite a clever design actually, because what I don't know if the Radions are like, the Radians are like this actually, because I've never really looked at one in detail, but the wire goes through the frame, through the pole, and then down the pole. They've kind of made this little notch, little notch there, so it goes down the pole, so you don't have any wires exposed apart from that little bit there, going from the top of the pole into the light. This was the first one, and I didn't realise you had to do that, so I've just changed that one. Yeah, obviously you can extend it with the pops there, but yeah, I mean, yeah, it's given quite a nice colour. Obviously you can mess around with whatever colours you want, but this preset colour is quite nice. Okay. So yeah, the app, I think they have made some improvements, because you can kind of use plus and minus rather than just a slider. You've got like a button to press. I don't think they had that before, so there was a lot of complaints that I was reading about. They've done that. However, it's still very temperamental. It took me a long time to try and work it out. It kept changing from the time set. Sorry. Kept changing from the time that I set, the UK time, reverting back to like its factory setting. So every time I tried to program a schedule, when you press save, it wouldn't do what you've programmed. So after a lot of kind of messing around for a couple of hours, the only way I've done it is to keep it as the factory time and just mess around with the actual schedule, so it doesn't actually, yeah, sorry, it's a bit confusing, but kind of, yeah, just change the timings so it's not actually 8 till, 8, so let's say 8 to 8. It would be kind of 2 till 8, which works out the right time for me. Does that make any sense? No, it probably doesn't, does it? Maybe other people have worked it out, I don't know. I've asked for some help from the seller, so I'm waiting for them to get back to me. Also, a couple of guys on the American forums apparently have written an English version of the manual, so I'm trying to get that as well. Email them, wait to hear back from them. But I mean, you can do it, it's just a lot of kind of messing around, and maybe the app will improve. So I still think for the price compared to the Radian, they're a very good light, and I mean, they are so bright. I think this is kind of like 80% blues, 44% whites, and like 20 red and green, something like that. And it's really powerful. It's probably not showing up too much on the camera, but yeah, 100 on everything. It's just, yeah, it's so bright. So yeah, I'm not worried about the power of them. It's just the app really, generally the whole lights seem really good. They just need to improve the app. So I will update you if I get any details about the app. Maybe I could do a quick video of the app just to show you kind of things what I mean. And yeah, hopefully I'll get a few bits of coral in the meantime to give you a little glimpse of what they look like under these lights. Okay, thanks, bye.